Yes, we're back. It's roshfooco watches and things. It's been a while. Like many of you, lockdown, coronavirus was a particularly emotional roller coaster, but I'm back. I've got a few watches to go through, and we're going to start off today with the Steeldive Marine Master SD1975. Tuna homage. I did buy this one about 2 years ago. The price, I was probably not very savvy when I bought this about getting the best price on Aliexpress. I think I bought it for around $160. I think you can probably get it now for $120 or less. So what we're talking at, probably £95, something like that. Certainly sub £100 for this watch, although I paid a little bit more for it a couple of years ago. So it's got classic Tuna styling. Certainly no marks for originality with this watch, although we'll run through some of the different aspects about it. I mean, if you're thinking of picking one of these up, you probably have already, or you know, you can watch one of a million other YouTube videos on it, so we'll just run through it pretty quickly. Again, I'm not here to sell watches to anybody. You will not find affiliate links. I don't get watches for free, nothing sent to me. I'm not going to be shouting out different stores where you can buy things on. I'm sure you can find out yourself or watch another video to find all of these bits and pieces, but I will run through kind of informationally what the watch is about, my experience with it, some pros, some cons, you know, go figure. This one on an aftermarket bracelet. I got this on rubber, so this is an aftermarket bracelet, and it weighs 186 grams. That's quite heavy. It's 96.5 grams for the head of the watch. So whether you like it lighter on a bit of rubber or something, it is 47 mil wide, although it's got a 44 mil lug end to lug end. You can see the case actually overhangs the lugs. That's fairly chunky, 14.5 mil, 22 mil straps, stainless steel throughout, as you would imagine. 300 meters of water resistance, or stated 300 meters of water resistance. You get that from a screw down crown. This is 6.85 mil, so it's a fairly substantial crown, branded with that fairly cartoonish Steeldive logo. Screw down case back as well, so that's where we're getting this 300 meters of water resistance from. Just going back to the crown, it's quite a nice action. You can wind the watch at the first position, obviously, or the neutral position. It is a NH35, as lots of watches, certainly within this genre of watch, are powered by that Seiko Instruments NH35 with the date, hand winding, hacking, all the rest of it. Back to the crown, it does screw down really nicely actually. It doesn't have a kind of gritty or grindy sensation at all. It's a very clean action on that crown. Double dome sapphire. Really nice. 120 click unidirectional dive time bezel, a tiny little bit of wobble, although it is a decent action. Tiniest bit of wobble, decent alignment as well. Let's try and align it up. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. There is, hold on, let's try and do it that way. You know, a fairly minimal up and down play, but that's probably needed because you've only got gripping points between 12 and 3 and 6 and 9 here because of this tuna can shroud. It's actually easier to push down on the bezel and move it rather than, so if you push down, give yourself a little more grip. But it's decent grip. Let's just go into the handset. Brushed, as you can see. It's got that significant large minute hand as you would expect on a dive watch, that being the pertinent hand on a dive watch. Obviously, it's, you know, it's kind of aping the watch in which, or watches of the same company of which this is homaging, especially that lollipop counterbalance second hand. Although nice length on that, I guess could be a little longer, but it's okay. Dial printed text, Steeldive and the crazy logo 12. Rather cheekily used. Model name. At 6, along with the 300-meter water rating and the appellation of being professional. But I mean, are we going to nitpick about the words that these companies use when, you know, take a look. It did come, like I said, on a basic rubber strap. This is an aftermarket 22mm straight end stainless steel bracelet, not very much money at all. I would have thought that if you do get it on the rubber, you'll be looking to replace the band with, you know, something of your own wanting. The band's, you know, pretty average, to be honest. There it is on my 7-inch wrist. So, as previously mentioned, this is a 47mm watch, and it wears quite nice actually. Of course, they're kind of transmitting some of that Seiko magic to get big watches to fit really nicely on fairly average wrists. This one is no different. Although it is quite heavy, it wears well. I think having it on a bracelet actually balances out some of the head of the watch. Again, that head in itself is nearly 100 grams, so, you know, if you have it on a kind of a light, airy, fairy strap, it may become a bit top heavy. This one works okay for me. And there it is, you know. You've got around $120 or 95, 96 pounds. You want, you know, what it is certainly talked up to be a very versatile and robust dive watch with that fantastic Tuna styling then. I mean, you can't go wrong. I'm not a big fan of the logo or the name, but it does look good. What we'll do now is I'll try and flip off the lights. 1 and 2, there's the luminescence, bi-coloured lume. Looks like some sort of BGW9 compound on the bezel. Some sort of super lume C3 on the hands and indexes. Longevity's okay actually. I can't really grumble with the lume on this watch, to be honest. In fact, if we just take a look, you can see that it's printed in indices, although the lume is kind of, I mean, it's almost kind of applied applique lume. You can see it really raised up from the painted white markers, that kind of yellowy orange lume plot there, and that's what gives it that really decent glow in the dark. So there it is, a Steeldive SD1975 Marine Master / Tuna. This is roshfooco watches and things, and I'm out.